All right, this is how you fix your ignition switch damage from them dumbass Kia boys. So listen up and watch how you do it. Number one, you're going to have to tear down the bottom plate. Now, more than likely, it's going to be already towed up because these dickheads come in and take it apart and just pull it down. But if yours is salvageable and it might be hooked still together, if you turn the steering wheel to the right, there's a bolt there. Turn it to the left, there's a bolt there. Mine's still there, so I might be able to still use my shit. Number two, once you pull that piece down, there's the lever that actually adjusts your steering wheel. Right behind it, there's a connector. Take that connector off. Just squeeze. Squeeze with all your might. Not too hard, but just push the little tab there and guide it a little bit, and it'll pop out like so. All right, that's your main harness. Next to it, there's another connector you need to take off. Use a flathead or something to get behind it to push that little tab in. You see it right there? Just to pull that little tab, right? Once you pull that little tab, I couldn't show it on the video because I can't do two things at once. My slow ass. But pull that thing down or push it in, it'll pop out. It's not hard. Once you put the flathead behind it, pull it, you should be good. This little connector you see, I'm squeezing a little bit. Okay. Move it out the way. Now you can go on to the other side. You have, of course, your ignition cylinder is hanging. Just take this immobilizer out. I don't know what it is. It's a waste of time. It don't work. I took my little Kia boy key out, and you can actually pull that out of you'll get a trim tool and pull that out. Next, you will now take the upper cover off of the steering wheel. Now you can pull the lever down. It's already down. Your steering wheel can adjust in and out, up and down. So what I like to do is, right before I get to it, I pull the steering wheel out, and now you should be able to see the two nuts or whatever screws that don't have a head on it. You can use a impact chisel or just use the chisel itself to actually ding these two screws out. So these need to be broken out. They say break them out, but honestly, they're not that tight. So you can just chisel it out. So what I like to do is I like to get the chisel with a hammer and tap it just in the edge to spin it. You see what I'm saying? So hold on, let me show you real quick. I'm getting my hammer. I'm getting my chisel right. Okay. I'm getting adjusted a little bit so I can get in there and chisel it down. So as you can see, I'm chiseling it. I'm somewhat chiseling it. See that? Chisel, boom, 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 boom. I'm just really tapping on it a little bit to loosen it. So as you can see, that bolt, it don't take much to loosen them. You don't have to go in there with angry force. I'm literally using just the force of the chisel to make it work. So just use that, loosen it up. Eventually, you can actually use your finger. Just get it loose enough so you can take your hand in there and just take it out. That's how the bolt look. All right, same thing for the opposite side. So now once the bolts come out, you can now take the ignition switch out. Okay, throw that shit in the garbage because it don't work. Yeah, I mean, it worked, but this shit is fucking garbage now because it's broke. If you need to, you can buy these hangers. This is the part number for it. Okay. So if you need to, and then you also need the bolts to bolt it back up. Now, these bolts are special. They're made to actually bolt in place and break. And this is the ignition switch itself that comes with a key. Now, you can spend the extra, $100 or two to get the key that has the key fob to it. I just got the regular keys. I don't want to drive around with this thing hanging. So I got that key. I'll advise you guys go online and get it. As you can see, the key fob for that one is not made. This one is my regular key. This is where you're going to put the new ignition on. Just make sure it goes back in that spot. Turn it, fish it up. Make sure it goes back to its original area. We're going to hold it up until I have it in the right spot to put the bolts in. These are 12 mils. All you got to do is, get a 12 mil in there and turn these bolts into the ignition switch Real simple. You want to get them tight enough so that it breaks off. So I guess they like torque to break or some shit. I don't know what you call them, but these bolts get tightened down and then they supposed to break. So that's okay if they do break. Don't freak out. That's what it's supposed to do. Okay. I just made sure everything was back straight. You tighten them down. Once they get tightened down a certain torque, the heads are supposed to break off. So once they break off, you're done. Okay. It's not going to spin no more. That's it. That's all. All right. Once you hook everything back up, you got the bolts in. Now connect the connectors. Everything should be literally next to wherever it needs to go. Okay. Put the last three connectors back in. Put that one back in that one. Put the main harness back into the main harness area. Click. Just like that. And check and see if it turns on. As you can see, my car comes on. Of course, it's going to come on. You can use it with the key now. So the immobilizer's on there. As you can see, the light came on. So this is a regular key. It is not going to work with your key fob. Now, this will actually unlock and lock the doors, but the key itself is not going to turn the car on because it's a whole new system. So I have to get a new key fob and get it cut with those keys, and then go get a new key fob and get that key fob connected to get my keys back to normal. So good luck, y'all. I'm out.